Tony, can you tell us a little bit about the event that's happening here this week?
Yes, Beyond Innovation. It's 1 year exactly since we opened the Nikkens Innovation Centre here in Europe. 2016 brought its successors with the centre. We did focus particularly on aerospace, titaniums, Inconels, exotics, and had a lot of successes across the platform of machines that we have here. What we did notice towards the latter part of 16 was a drive from the automotive sector. They came to us with projects, CAD/CAM was required, really involved process work. And we thought, right, okay, here's an opportunity. Hence, we came up with Beyond Innovation and an automotive event to start the year.
Rowan, it's great to have some young blood in the industry. We've got a Doosan D&M 5700 in action here at today's event. Just tell us what you're doing on the part on the table first, on the rotary table.
Okay, so on the rotary table we've got a cam carrier, which is it's a demonstration of a standard automotive part. It's not an exact representation, but it shows the processes that someone might be doing if they were producing a cam carrier like this. So we've got half bore intermittent cutting with one of our ZMAC boring solutions. We've got some roll tapping to produce very, very strong threads, and we're using a Nikkens Zero Fit, which achieves almost zero run out for a reaming operation.
So if I was an engineer looking at this, what would I be impressed with?
Well, this machine has a 5-axis rotary table, obviously, so we're doing five-sided machining, which allows us to index to all 5 sides of the part and do reaming operations and boring operations, and it allows you to maintain the tolerances so you can tie these 2 operations up and keep the features all together.
It'd be a bit cumbersome to have to keep moving the part round.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Now tell me about part number 2. What are you doing here? What are you demonstrating?
Okay, so part number 2 is just a standard part. We have a few boring operations, we have some drilling, we have some more reaming. We have a bit of thread milling and some high feed cutting. We also have some trochoidal milling. This is just a huge range of steel cutting processes that we are trying to show Nikkens tooling with. So we have multi-locks, we have major dreams, we have slim chucks. We've got every kind of Nikkens tooling we offer on this part, and we're trying to show that.
And you're achieving what you're achieving with this as a result of the combination of the Doosan machine from Mills CNC and the auxiliary equipment like the tooling.
Yeah, definitely. With the face and taper Doosan spindle, we've been able to achieve higher cutting speeds and feeds in these steel parts than we would have been able to with maybe a standard taper tooling.
And what are they? What are those feeds and speeds?
Okay, so for the high feed face milling, we're achieving 7 meters a minute, which is a 0.8 feed per tooth, 180 meters a minute in EN1A steel with a high feed cutting edge. For high feed for trochoidal milling, we're taking a 25 millimeter depth with I think maybe a 3 mil step over at 2,000 mil a minute.
So as a machinist, I'm going to come here and watch this. I'm going to be impressed by that, aren't I?
Yes. Yeah, I would think so.
But what about the third part? Tell me a little bit about what that is, and again, maybe some of the features that you're trying to get across here.
Okay, so the third part is a high feed tool, which is a collaboration between Kyocera and Nikkens, where we were trying to show high productivity steel machining using this Doosan platform as the main base, as a solid machine to start trying to increase your speeds and feeds and increase your metal removal rate.
Tell me a little bit more about that and your knowledge of the Doosan machine. You talk about the build and the speed. For you, is it doing everything that you need it to do? And could you do what you're doing without a machine of this quality and stability?
I've got to say, the Doosan machine bed is absolutely huge. Without a machine of this size, I wouldn't be able to cut as many demos as I am at the moment. With maybe a smaller machine, all I'd be able to fit on was a rotary, and the rest would be dead space. But because we've got such a wide working table, and because it's such a strong machine, we can cut a variety of materials at the same time. So we can cut aluminium high speed with a 12,000 RPM, but we can also cut this steel with maybe a lower RPM, but with a much higher feed rate because it's such a strong machine.
And managing your path to production, the control is important, and we've talked a lot about the easy operation package. What's your experience on that from Doosan?
Well, the Easy Operation package is like an add-on to the FANUC control, and this adds extra functions such as showing me my tool parts, it shows me warm-up cycles that I need to run, it shows me everything that I need to know as an operator just to run my machine as quickly as effectively as possible.
Daniel, can you talk to me about what we're doing here on this Doosan Horizontal Machining Centre?
Yeah, we're taking a aggressive tie milling cut as a demonstration of the ability of both the tool holder and the machine.
An aggressive tie milling cut sounds like a Far Eastern boxing match. What are you actually doing? What depths of cut are you doing? What is the process?
So the process is titanium 6.4 millinilled, so standard aerospace titanium, and we are taking a 2 times D cut with a 25 millimeter cutter, and it's a full slot cut.
So what are we actually trying to show people here, Daniel? What do you want them to go away, taking away from this demonstration?
So what we'd like people to take away from this demonstration is the ability of the tool to prevent any kind of pull-out or rotation in cut. So you're going away with that process security of the tool. And also with the machine as well, we're trying to show people the ability of a 3-axis machine and the strength of a 3-axis machine with a 4-axis table on it, or a 4+1 axis on it, or even a 5-axis machine table on there.
Talking about the machine, it's a Doosan horizontal machining centre. What are the things that you think this machine has that enable you to perform this operation?
Well, I've worked on many a machine tool over the past few years, and I can honestly say that my preference at the moment, especially for, I would say, aggressive tie machining, would be a 3-axis machine platform. Simply because when you start to add axes into a machine tool from the industry, you add things like a nodding head or a quill in there, you start to add instability. Whereas with a geared sort of 3-axis machine, as this is, you've got an absolute grunt with a cast column and box guideways as well. So you've got a lot of rigidity in there.
It is a lovely showroom and a facility you've got here, Tony. And we're specifically here on behalf of Mills CNC. The Doosan machines that are here, we're going to be having a look at some of the applications that they're machining. Why were those machines selected?
Mills has been a long-term partner of Nikken. 15 years we've been working together with them. We've always found their machines to be of the highest quality. The backup and support from Mills is second to none. Of course, we have to be unbiased. Here we're in a neutral position as a tool holding supplier and accessory supplier to the industry. But our customers use the machines very widely in the market and actually expect us to have them here. What we found is very solid results, very consistent results with the Doosan machines and the Mills support.
Adrian, it's good to see a familiar face. You're the business manager for the north of England for Mills CNC. Why do you believe these Doosan machines have been installed here by Nikken?
Machines that are installed by Nikken are a good cross-reference of machines that Doosan can offer to the marketplace, both automotive and the general application.
But it is a very competitive marketplace, and you've been successful to get a VMC and an HMC in here. Why do you think these specific models were selected by them? Is it about their power, their speed, their performance, in your eyes?
Well, you have two different styles of machines here. The 630 cube horizontal is a 50 taper machine, which has got the power and the rigidity to give the performance.
Some demo on there.
Yeah, it's cutting titanium. They call it the cut of death. It's quite strong.
And what about the VMC?
And the VMC is made more at the general market, the high-speed market, with a 12,000 RPM on the spindle using the face and taper tool in perspective.
We can see behind us now, these machines are attracting attention today. But how are things for Mills CNC at the moment, and yourself? I mean, I hear you were the top salesman last year, and on course this year too.
So flattering, Paul. Thank you very much. Sales are good for Mills at the machine. Last year was a good year, mainly at the small end of the machine tool market because of the oil and gas industry segment. But that's starting to come back again, so we're seeing a lot of big machine sales as well. So a good variety.
Because you're certainly one of the leaders in this marketplace, would you agree?
Of course, number one.
Tony, this is day one of the 3-day event. People will be watching this video this evening and tomorrow. What would you say to those to get them to come and attend? What's here for them to see?
Well, I think we've got 9 machines fully loaded with new processes, new innovations in automotive. If that's an area of your business that you're looking at the moment, there's no better place to come and look across 9 different machine platforms. We've got 285 registered customers over the 3 days. I think the first hour this morning we got 60 through the doors, so the opportunity is there. Everybody welcome.